At the last hearing, the court was made aware of several things via testimony that was provided to me. And I'll start with the testimony part first. Ms. Santiago, if I can get you to fix your camera, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
All right. Let's start with the testimonial part first. You, Ms. Santiago, the defendant in this case, or one of the listed defendants in this case, informed me that housing authority had changed your rent
Mhm.
effective October, and that you had proof to support that statement. However, the statements provided to me by Mr. Berger with the plaintiff indicated something different. So I asked that both parties provide me with some documentation to support the arguments that or the statements that were provided to me. Uh,
Mhm.
as of today, I have received several documents from you, the defendant, Miss Santiago,
Yes, sir.
oh, and those documents should have also been CC'd to the plaintiff, Mr. Berger. I
Yes, sir.
have I have not received any additional documents from you, Mr. Berger. Um, you were instructed to submit those statements to me or those ledgers to me that
I
would
did. I sent that last week.
coincide with the statements that you provided that the monthly rent was 345 tenants portion instead of the $201 that the defendant had stated. So that's where we are right now with regards to the documents. Mr. Berger, the court clerk checked several times the emails as well as e-file in regards to the ledgers or documentation exhibits in this case regarding the your client. So what say you in regards to the exhibits to support your statement, sir?
I emailed the ledger to you last week.
And we never received that. And let me just confirm the email address. And so what we're going to do while you're doing it, Mr. Berger, you are a licensed attorney, as mentioned before. You're considered a member of the court.
Yes,
Ms. Santiago, you're not, so I'm going to get you sworn in while I give Mr. Berger the opportunity to submit that documentation to the court. Raise your right hand, Ms. Santiago.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear and or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir, I do.
Uh, now, um, let's look at some of the documents that you provided. And this is just a continuation. This is not, going into an actual trial starting all over. This is a continuation of the last hearing.
Okay.
Uh, Now, you provide me with several documents, and let's look at the Section 8 Housing Voucher Program. This is dated 10/2 of 2025. It does show, based on this reexamination, that
Yes, sir.
uh,
Sorry.
that your portion is $207, and the Housing Authority was to pay $1,539. I just want to make sure this again is
Yes, sir.
this is as of October 2nd of
Okay.
2025. Is that right?
Yes, sir, that is.
Now, I do have one question. This is to you, Miss Santiago.
Okay.
The plaintiff in this case, even though I don't have this ledger in front of me, he informed me that you owed back rent for April, May, June, July, August, September at 345.
Right.
Do, was your rent up to date at the time you recertified with Housing Authority?
No, sir.
Okay, so you were delinquent in back rent. Were you
Uh,
delinquent in rent for those months of April, of October, April of 2025 up until October of 2025?
What, can you, redo the question again?
Sure. Let me just, were you delinquent in rent?
Okay.
Meaning that, you know what I'm saying, did you pay your rent
Mm-hmm.
for the months of April, May, June, July, August, and September at 345?
No, sir, because the portal, it would not let me pay my rent because they won't take partial payments.
So when did you realize you could not pay your rent? Was it in April of 2025?
Yes, sir. For that month, yes, sir. I
And
thought
so
I was eventually gonna be able to pay it, or that they was gonna fix it, or and then I had gotten a couple emails where they said they had fixed it, and then they haven't, and that was in May, and yeah, so
so April of 2025, your portion was 345, and you're
yes.
telling me under oath that
Mhm,
you attempted to pay the
mhm,
345
mhm.
that is due.
Yes, sir, I did. Hmm.
And whenever you could not make that payment, what did you do next?
So when I could not make that payment, I contacted um home Darwin Homes, sorry, the under new lease, whatever. But yeah, so hold on one second, sir. Hold on. I'm just having anxiety real bad. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, I'm sorry, sir. Sorry. Yes, sir. Can you repeat the question again? Hello?
In in April, this past April,
Okay.
you're telling me under oath that you attempted to pay your rent, but it
Correct.
wouldn't let you.
Yes. I
Okay.
contacted the Darwin Homes, and I talked to I guess their call center, and they told me that they would relay the message to the property owner, and that they would be getting either fixing it or getting in contact with me. And so that's what some of those emails are from, is them getting back in contact with me, telling me that they're sorry about the housing and tenant splits, that they fixed it, or they're going to get to it, and they will give me an update as soon as possible.
These emails that you provided say nothing were not dated in April. This is for October.
Okay.
So the question is, in April, I asked you if you owed back rent for the month of April. You said yes.
Right, from April on down, yeah.
So my question, okay, all right,
Right? April, May, June, July, right?
okay. Mr. Berger,
Yes, Your Honor.
what's the status of this, the ledger?
Your Honor, I was looking through my email and for whatever reason it didn't send, so I resent it to you. After the hearing last week, I emailed it to you. I don't know why it's been bouncing around, so I just resent it.
My court clerk called your office afterwards that their paralegal or administrative assistant, they didn't take liberty to notify you that we hadn't received it.
No, I wasn't aware that you hadn't received it, Your Honor. But what Miss Santiago has submitted to the court is consistent with what we presented to the court last time. If you look at what the text message that she sent was on October 31st, it specifically says, your rent portion is correct at 207. The problem here is you have not made payments since January. Your monthly obligation is 207. Renter's insurance, renter package, smart home. We do not charge late charges. So she owes the fees that are due.
Yeah.
Buckle up, guys. Today we are diving straight into a courtroom showdown filled with tension from the very first second. Right at the start, the judge lays out the conflicting testimonies and missing documents, immediately putting both parties on edge. You can feel the stakes rising as the issue over rent payments and evidence is introduced. The courtroom energy is electric, and the questions flying at both sides set the stage for what's about to unfold. It's brief but packed, and it hooks you instantly. This is the moment that tells viewers, something serious is happening. Every word matters, every reaction counts, and the tension is palpable from the very first exchange. You can already sense the conflict brewing, making it impossible to look away. This clip is a perfect microcosm of the high-stakes drama to come.
Where's your placard?
Hey, Miss Santiago, I'm trying
Yes,
to
I'm
listen.
here. I'm trying to find a charger for my phone.
I'm just going to mute your microphone because I'm trying to listen to Mr. Berger, and I cannot do so with you making interruptions. Go ahead, Mr. Berger. I was trying to hear what you're saying, but you were somehow, I don't know if it's your microphone or mine, it wasn't going through.
Well, Your Honor, I think what I was saying is that my presentation to the court last time is consistent with what Miss Santiago is saying. That she hasn't paid rent since April. Her portion, whether it's 207 or 345, she hasn't paid it. She hasn't made arrangements to pay it. She's behind on her portion. I think under Texas law, we're entitled to a judgment for possession of the property. You having trouble hearing me?
No, I can hear you. I'm just trying the email you just sent, I'm still not getting it.
You know, it's one of those things where I should never be allowed anywhere near.
I'll tell you what, why don't you just share your screen and then we'll go from there? Because I need to see what you're referencing.
Your Honor, see that?
It's had those
Alright, guys, this is where the real drama unfolds, and the courtroom tension reaches its peak. The judge methodically dissects the missing ledgers, forcing the attorney and defendant to confront the details of back rent and payment discrepancies. Every month from April to October is scrutinized, revealing conflicting claims and confusing adjustments by the housing authority. The defendant struggles to explain portal issues and attempts to pay, while the attorney pushes hard on her alleged non-payment. The ledger finally appears, but it raises more questions than answers. Viewers are left questioning who's right, what's owed, and whether the system failed her. Each back and forth builds suspense and highlights the human element of legal battles. The uncertainty is relentless, and the courtroom feels like a high-stakes puzzle. This section is a masterclass in tension, showing the fine line between fact, perception, and the law. You can almost feel the frustration and pressure mounting from every corner of the room.
Okay, this is looks like this is. Well, what is this that this is high?
This is something that Miss Santiago provided to the court, and it clearly states that she hasn't paid her portion of the rent.
Mr. Berger, you reference a ledger that you received from your client. That's what I need to see. That's what you were supposed to email me. I need to see that. You said you had it in your possession. That's what I need to see.
I'm waiting for my computer to open. Does the court see that?
I'm still, it's still thinking. Let's go all the way to April. Because that's where your suit starts here in regards to the non-payment of rent. Okay. So going back to April, and at that time, based on what was submitted to me, Housing Authority was paying $1,401, and the tenant was responsible for paying the $345. But based on your records, you're not showing any payments for the month of April. And let's go to May.
Here's the climax, guys. where the tension finally breaks and the verdict lands. The judge summarizes both sides and decisively rules in favor of the landlord, giving a clear explanation of the judgment. The courtroom shifts from uncertainty to a stark reality as the defendant is informed about the eviction, appeals process, and the $690 bond requirement. The judge carefully explains the writ of possession, the 24-hour notice, and the procedure for removing belongings, emphasizing the seriousness of the outcome. The defendant asks for guidance and possible leniency, highlighting the personal stakes behind legal decisions. This moment is intense and emotionally charged, as it combines procedural clarity with the human impact of the ruling. Viewers are left with a full understanding of consequences and the stark realities of housing law. It's a powerful ending that resolves the suspense while underscoring the high stakes. Every detail matters, and the courtroom drama hits its peak with real-world implications.
Okay, I see housing's portion for May. And then June, what is that with June? What's going on there? What was that May? What is that? What is that? What's going on with May? All of that. That was that housing?
I presume that that's reversal because that payment didn't come in directly on the first. I would assume that that's what happened.
Okay.
And then in
June, HAP is making theirs, but
he hasn't paid hers.
Tenant didn't pay hers. Okay, and then we're going to July.
Same thing.
Okay. There's July. Okay, she's paying hers. And then housing made another lump sum payment in August of $2,367. Do we know what's going on with that?
I don't. It's weird.
Okay.
But the August payment you can clearly see was not made.
So it's still showing that her portion is $345.
Right.
Okay.
And in September, HAP
And then
tenant portion, HAP made a payment of $1,559.
and that was in September as well. So like they look that maybe that's the reason why they made that adjustment is because in the tenants portion must have then let's take a look at that. I just want to make sure that it's clear that she didn't make the payments according to this, but we went from 1539. It increased from what 1401. So that is roughly $128 differential.
Right.
So it looks like instead of her rent going, her portion decreasing in October, it looks like it decreased earlier than that. So the tenant's portion as of today, and it looks like as of August, if I'm looking at it right, because they did make that adjustment, and it could have been well before then. So let's go back. Go back. That was 2000. When did they make that? Go back up. So they made a payment of $2,307 and what?
About $2,367.
And if I were to take 1539 from that, that leaves 828. And at 828, whenever they make those adjustments, something happened where the tenant must have reported an income change, and that's where they may have retro the previous months. So I don't know exactly what happened, or what adjustment needed to be made, or when that adjustment needed to be made. And so the question comes to mind is how much did the tenant actually owe for the month of April based on that ledger?
Well, if the court sees the letter from housing, them showing recertification, reexamination, October 2nd, it shows that there was an adjustment from 345 to 207 effective October 2025. So the tenant hasn't paid anything.
I get that she hasn't paid anything. The question that comes to mind is if her rent was actually lowered back then, the porter wouldn't allow her to make that payment. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Why
Right, but the portal's a convenience, not the only way she could pay. If she didn't make payments of anything, 207 or 345, then she's still behind on her portion. At this point, we're just seeking possession of the property.
Can I speak, sir?
Go ahead.
Yes. So my whole thing is yes, the portal would not allow me to make any payment, whether it's 207 or 345. It wouldn't let me make any payment unless it was the payment that the full amount. And at those times, housing hadn't caught up on their portion. I think that's the money y'all were seeing in May when housing finally started catching up on all their back charges and stuff. Well, but yeah, so the portal wouldn't let me make my payments. And I have proof because every single month I before the 3rd I would call Darwin Homes and speak to the call center trying to tell them that I need them to put the correct amounts in there just so I can make a payment. And then when I offered to mail them anything just so I can try to get the balance down, they told me that they would send it back to me because they don't take partial payments.
Okay, so let's stop there. Now, Mr. Berger, go down. I see April. No, go back up to March. Okay, so that's April. As of April 2nd, looking at this, after Housing Authority made that payment, there was still a balance of $1,460 to go up. Okay, I really need this ledger in front of me because it's small print and I need to be able to look at it to make sure that I am making a good decision. So we got the rent that's due in April. Whenever the rent became due, 1401 plus all of those other smart fees and all of the other stuff. So in our reality, based on this right here, Miss Santiago,
Yes, sir.
your portion, that housing, for some reason, the smart home,
Okay.
that residence package,
Uh-huh.
and all of that comes up to be over $400 every month, even based on that. So looking at go to so now we're looking in that's in March, not showing any payments. Going
If
to
when did they change it? Because the last few years I've been paying, I think it was like 100 and something for all that.
100 and something for what?
For the renter's insurance, the residence package, and all of that. My rent was what was it, 345, and I was paying 454 every month.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
So, Mr. Berger, go down to January. So based on this right here,
mhm.
even in January, so February, you got some payments that were made based on this right here.
Uh-huh.
Based on their ledger, Housing Authority has been making payments. The last time that you made a payment, according to this right here, was in January, and at the time you made that payment, there was still a delinquent balance right there.
What? That can't be possible because I renewed my lease in February.
All right. So here's the thing. Okay. Based on what I have in front of me, okay.
Okay.
Your rent, you did not pay all of your rent as you were supposed to.
How are you am I supposed to do that if it wouldn't allow me to pay my rent?
At the time that you attempted to pay your rent, you had a delinquent balance.
I guess that's just my argument because I didn't have a delinquent balance.
Based on this right here, you did.
In April, you're talking about in April?
No, I'm going all the way back to January.
See, I did. That's what I'm saying. I didn't have a delinquent balance in January. I renewed my lease in February, and yeah, I was all the way caught up. They won't allow you to renew your lease unless you are. That's why, like that, the portal was saying I owed an amount on February 1st, and so yeah, and I hadn't even. And I just started renewing my lease and going through what is it, Section 8 inspection and stuff.
Okay. So here's the thing,
Okay.
Ms. Santiago.
Yes, sir.
The documentation you provided to me goes back to October.
Right.
The documentation that he's providing to me
Mm-hmm.
goes all the way back to January.
Okay.
And his documentation indicates that you were delinquent in rent for the entire year of 2025.
Yeah.
Now,
Now I know that's.
that's this is his documentation. So here's the thing. The Mr. Berger, he pretty much he just told me that he just wants property. He just wants the property back. That's what
Okay. That's what he just wants.
he said he just wants the property. That's it.
And
So
can he? So this is, yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay. So what do I need to do?
so based on what I've heard thus far from both sides, Mr. Berger, you can close out your screen there. You can yeah, stop sharing. Uh Based on everything that I've heard today,
Yes, sir.
as well as at the last hearing, it's my
Mhm.
opinion that the plaintiff, RCGA
Yes, sir.
LLC, prevails as winner in this particular suit. This is based on everything that I've heard today.
Yes, sir.
Now, with that being said, if you disagree, if you feel like you should not be evicted and you should not have a judgment against you, then you can appeal it. All right.
Mhm.
In order for you to appeal this particular case, you would have to post an appeals bond. Okay.
Okay, what's that mean?
In well, only thing I can tell you is you can call Lone Star Legal Aid.
Okay.
They can assist you with the appeals process. They can give
Oh,
you information. Okay.
okay.
But your appeal bond is going to be $690. You just get
I'm not gonna appeal. I'm just, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, yeah, where, cause I gotta go talk to housing, see where I can go or what I need to do. That's all
so
I'm worried about
yeah.
at this point.
All right. So here's the thing. All right. You have 6 days from today's date to either appeal, and if you do not appeal, and if you're still staying there,
Mhm.
then the plaintiff may come back and take the next legal actions against you, which is the filing of a writ of possession. If it comes
Okay.
to if it comes to that point, the constable will serve you with a 24-hour notice, and then at that time, if you do not honor that notice, they will be back over there to act as security, and then the personnel hired by RCGA will be able to peacefully and safely remove all of your personal belongings from inside of the home and place them outside of the home. So again, you have 6 days to appeal. If you do not appeal and you're still staying there, they can take the next legal actions against you. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank
Hey,
you.
sir, I have one more question. How do I get in contact with them, with Darwin Homes, to let them know, or how long I got, or what we can do to, because after we hang up, then I got 6 days to appeal. If I don't appeal it, then they can just come and do whatever. Well, I need to talk to somebody to see if I can have a little time, like maybe 2, 3 weeks.
Okay, well, that's something that whenever you were served with the paperwork, you will also serve with the law firm that's representing Darwin Homes in this case. And
Okay.
it's advisable that you contact them if you want to
Okay.
make any other arrangements outside of what the law allows.
Okay.
Okay?
I,
All right.
I see what you're saying. Okay. Thank you, sir. Yes.
Good luck to you.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
I
Your Honor.
appreciate
May I
it.
be excused?
Be excused. Court adjourned.
Mhm.